I don't want to see that again. Get that out of my face. Brooke Leiter picking up a hand.
He tried to lure his opponent into coming into that pot somehow.
Yeah, he didn't
David,
overact.
a little too shrewd for him. Got out of the way, just gave up the pot.
5 players remain down here in the beautiful Bahamas. Over $1 million going to the winner here today. Who's going to take the title? Stay tuned. We're coming back with more on the World Poker Tour.
I hold the distinction of being the only player at a World Poker Tour final table to go in as a chip leader and come out second.
Just nothing went right for him today.
But Mike Sexton told me that the other day, and I said, everybody has to be famous for something.
We're looking Paradise Lagoon. 5 players remaining.
Well, our current chip leader is former environmental lawyer David Singer, now poker professional. He's got about $2.5 million in chips. In second place, Steve Paul Ambrose from Canada. In third place, Anders Henriksson from Sweden. And the action's going to be on Anders here.
Looks down, and a junkie 6-deuce throws it away.
Steve looks down at the 10-4. The Highway Patrol folds.
And now David Singer with the button. He's got ace-7 of diamonds. He raises it up 35,000 to make it 55.
Now Brooke Leiter has a 10-7 of clubs here in the small blind.
Call.
Looks like he's going to take a flop with it, Vince.
And the last one, Michael Higgins, the 18-year-old, also with an ace-7 in the big blind, already invested.
Well, there's 140,000 out there, cost him 35,000 more to call, and he does make the call. So three-way action.
Yeah.
2 players have ace-7. The other one has 10-7.
Here comes the first 3.
The flop is King-Jack-6 with 2 hearts.
None of the players hitting.
No help to anybody.
Action on Brooke first. He checks it. Michael checking. Giving the green light to the vet. David Singer, no, he's not going to fool around. He checks.
Doesn't want to fall in any more traps. He ups the check.
4th Street coming up. It is a 9 of spades.
So 2 potential flush draws out there now. You notice that Brooke has a 2-way straight draw.
Yeah, he's got the double belly buster.
You catch a queen to make a straight or an 8 to make a straight, but he ups the check.
And now the 18-year-old catching nothing on the turn card. But he's going to bet nonetheless.
Wow, 75,000 with absolutely nothing here.
Makes David go out, and now it's around to Brooke Leiter.
Well, Vince, he's got the 2-way straight draw, but with 2 potential flushes out there. Just can't imagine he'll make this call with this hand. You figure if a queen comes up, he couldn't get any action anyway if he made his hand.
Well, he was the poker puppy for this young kid before, but he's going to make this call.
Right, he's made the call for 75,000.
Michael, barely legal, very disgusted that he gets a call there. River card coming up. And then
Well,
look at
an
this.
8 of hearts comes off. So Brooke has made the straight.
What a beautiful card. He's made the straight, but of course there are flush possibilities out there.
He's rechecking his mess kit here now.
Can't believe it.
Just to make sure he's hit the straight.
Nicely done, but then you're thinking to yourself, wait a second, did this Michael bet with 4 flushed? Does he have a flush? Should I bet this and find out right now where I am?
You know, against an aggressive player like Michael Higgins, you might want to just check and hope he bluffs at the pot here.
Go 100,000.
He is going to bet it.
Well, he doesn't know Michael was bluffing. He's trying to get a value bet in here. Makes a $100,000 bet.
Into the young Michael Higgins.
Well, the only thing he can do, Vince, is either come over the top and try to take the pot away from him like he did before, or to fold his hand. I can't imagine he could call with ace high.
And he's not going to get fancy. He goes away this time.
Well, he makes a good laydown. Brooke Leiter gambling at the right time, makes a straight on the river, and takes down the pot.
Well, early on, Brooke Leiter, 34 years old, was playing in fear, letting these guys pushing around. No more. He's picking up cards. He's playing strong.
You never know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm trying not to think about the money that's at stake. I'm trying to just focus on playing the best poker possible right now. Everyone at the table I have a lot of respect for. I know to survive a field this large that they're not jokers.
That's got to help his confidence at this point. He's starting to pick up some pots. Action's going to be on our man from New York, the chip leader, David Singer, right now. He's got 7-3. He can't play it.
Once again, around to Brooke. He looks down at the queen 9 of hearts. We know he likes to play these suited cards. He just won the last pot with 10-7 of clubs. See what he's going to do here.
Brooke Leiter likes to stay in a lot of pots.
65.
And there he goes again. He's going to raise it up to 65,000 to go. Now into Michael Higgins with the button. He folds a 10-6. And now Anders Henriksen.
Well, he looks down at a dismal 8-deuce offsuit.
Can't get very excited about that, you would think.
He is capping his cards. Now that's generally a sign a guy's going to play a pot.
What is he up to here?
Well, you can't imagine he's going to make a call with an 8-deuce offsuit. Is he thinking about coming over the top?
So far, he has played very tight. Taking his time. Is he thinking this guy over there was in a pretty good position to raise? I don't think he's that strong. Am I going to take it away? Yes, he is.
Look at this, Vince. He is raising it. He makes it 210,000 to go with an 8-deuce offsuit.
Oh, he is a Swedish hooligan right now.
Oh, man.
Making this raise. Steve with Queen 5 goes out. Only one to beat now is Brooke.
Well, look at Brooke now. Little antsy. Stares over at his opponent's stack. They both have about $1 million in chips.
Now the Swede has raised, but with nothing but testosterone. What a move he's made. Can he push Brooke out?
Well, Vince, it's hard to call a re-raise when you have Queen 9.
Brooke is saying, what did I get myself into? I have to play every hand. And what's the matter with me?
Fold.
He's going out.
Well, just chalk that one up to a lot of heart by the Swede there, Vince. You know, to re-raise someone with an 8-deuce offsuit, folks, that is playing some poker.
That is well done by the Swede. Strong play. 5 players remain here in the Bahamas. They're playing good poker. Stay tuned. We're coming back with more.
Like poker, I like very much because it's so fun. I love to be in like a place like this in Bahamas. I love the place. To play poker in the sun is a new one for me.
100 of the people that are playing in this tournament qualified online at PokerStars.
Experience is the key element in poker. People ask me all the time, what does it take to be better, be a good player? You have to play. Playing poker in Atlantis is, for sure, it's a little bit of paradise.
It's a vacation here in the sun with a chance to win $1.3 million.
Welcome back to the World Poker Tour. You're watching the Caribbean Poker Adventure in the Bahamas.
Absolutely beautiful day here at the Atlantis Resort. Right now, the chip leader still David Singer from New York. Antes are going to be $3,000. They have gone up $15,000 and $30,000 blinds. Action's going to be on the Swede, Anders Henriksen.
He looks down at the King-Queen. Not a bad hand in a 5-handed poker game, and he's going to raise it. Comes in for $90,000.
On to Steve. Paul Ambrose, he's got 5-3 of hearts, cannot play. David quickly folding his 9-4.
Brooke in the small blind.
Uh-oh.
Brooke Leiter has picked up 2 aces.
Oh, the mother of all poker hands.
Unbelievable. He's in the small blind here.
Well, Magnum P.I. is a great actor. I'll give him that. I mean, he is thinking this through. He's thinking, should I play this fast or should I just dig the hole, put the branches over it, and wait for the sucker to fall in?
Most people would raise with 2 aces before the flop, Vince.
Yeah, you're right.
But if you're going to just call here and slow play them, that means he's going to check on the flop, hoping his opponent bets, and then probably move all in, and it doesn't matter what comes out there on the flop.
Call.
He's going to
Well,
slow
that's what
play
he's
it.
doing. He's just making the call here.
He's a tricky player.
Mildly dangerous because Michael's still behind you. Ace is the kind of hand that you want to play against one opponent normally.
Michael with 10-4 can't play, so Anders Henriksen with King-Queen. He
aces.
slow played against a pair of aces.
Here comes the flop.
Oh, boy, and this gives Anders Queen's top pair with the king kicker.
Brooke quickly checks here.
He's going to throw the rope to Anders Henriksen, who's hit the queens with a very solid kicker, a king, of course.
Well, you're right, Vince. What looks to be a great flop for Anders could be his demise.
Anders coming out, and here it is. He's going to bet it, $150,000. Brooke would love to make a Swedish meatball out of Anders right now. And he's thinking, what's the best way to dice him?
150.
Pretty dangerous to slow play it once again. Notice a king or queen would beat him here. He looks back down. He makes sure he has the 2 aces.
How much do you have left?
Wants to make Anders feel like maybe he's 4-flushing. He's indecisive. It's all about perception at the table. It's all about throwing your opponent off. Brooke is a master at this today.
Well, Anders has about 670,000 left, it looks like.
Everything happening nicely for Brooke.
I'll be surprised if he doesn't move all in here.
He's going back into his summer stock.
I'm all in.
Well, now he's going all in.
Okay.
Now the question is Anders going to be able to read him again as he did before when he came over the top of him with 8-deuce offsuit? He read him perfectly there.
Well, this would be a miraculous getaway if he should be able to lay this down. I think it's almost impossible with the amount invested already, with what flopped, with your kicker. It is very tough to get away. He is in a big trap.
Well, you cannot possibly put your opponent on 2 aces or 2 kings because they didn't re-raise before the flop.
And that's the art of deception of poker, not to play the normal way. You got to mix it up. This time, Brooke mixed it up beautifully, and he's got the sucker on the rope.
Anders' fear is that his opponent's flopped 3 sixes or 3 deuces here. He's hoping he'd have a queen with a smaller kicker. Perhaps he has a flush draw. You can see he senses that his hand might be beat here. Well, if he makes this call, he'll be a 4-to-1 underdog to win this pot.
I tell you, he is taking his time.
Michael.
He's done it, though, Mike. He's made the call.
Well, he's not going to like it, Vince.
Okay, they're going to turn up the cards. Look at this. The Swede actually showing emotion there. He is in a dismal place right now.
Well, Vince, if he loses this pot, I don't really think you can fault him for the way he plays this pot. You just have to credit Brooke for slow playing with the 2 aces before the flop.
Well, you also got to thank goodness for the cards to come up that way. What a place for Brooke Leiter. He would become the chip leader at this point if he should win this hand and knock out the Swede.
Anders looking for some paint here, that's for sure. Needs a king or a queen to take the lead.
Here comes the turn card, 4th Street.
Well, it's a 6, Vince. Now, that's a bad card for Anders because now he will not win the pot if a king comes up. He must catch a queen to make queens full to stay alive in this tournament. He has 2 outs and 2 outs only.
Anders circling the drain right now. He needs a miracle. Will he get it? Here comes the river. He did not.
Nope, it's a 9. And that's going to do it for the Swedish player, Anders Henriksen.
A very clever young man. Only 24 years old. He's a great player. He's going to pick up $239,000. He's a 5th place finisher here at Atlantis.
And Vince, I think you got to credit Brooke Leiter for the way he played those 2 aces. Just calling before the flop is the reason that he got all of Anders' chips there.
If I catch cards like that, I might be tough to beat today.
Well, the man from North Dakota has game. He is now our chip leader. We're down to 4. Stay tuned. In Poker Adventure, I'm Vince Van Patten alongside Mike Sexton.
Well, we've lost 2 of the youngsters, the 18-year-old and the 24-year-old Swede, Anders Henriksen. We are down to our final 4.
Back down to the felt on Steve from Canada. He's got ace-queen this time. And he makes a raise of $90,000. Now David Singer with ace-5 and the button.
Well, he's in position. We can see that he's dominated because of the WPT cam. He's going to make the call for $90,000.
Brooke Leiter in the small blind with Motown, Jack-5. Jackson 5s goes out.
Michael Higgins, the Ohio State Buckeye, also lays his hand down.
Can't play his King-7. Two-way action. Ace-Queen versus Ace-5.
Flop is Jack 8-deuce, all spades.
And Steve has none of that and no spade. He checks it.
David has made a flush draw because he has the 5 of spade, but still, it's not the kind of spade that you get excited about.
No, very weak flush draw.
Even when 4 spades are out there.
But he sees the kid checking to him. He's got the button. He's got position. Will he take a stab here? Yes, he is going to bet a little bit.
Yep,
Test the waters.
That's $100,000 here. And Steve, remember, just has ace-queen. He doesn't have a spade in his hand. Tough call to make here. Now Steve suspects his ace-queen is the best hand and makes the call.
He is not going anywhere. Interesting.
So off to the turn we go.
It's a 3 of diamonds. No help.
Well, again, Steve checks. Now David has a straight draw now, a wheel draw, as we say, as well as his flush draw. He also has the worst hand right now. Will he opt to take a free card here? But Vince, he is getting out some chips. Now, folks, this is the way a pro plays poker. He's betting not necessarily because he thinks he has the best hand, but because he senses weakness on his opponent.
Well, it's a $300,000 bet.
Well, he has really put the test to Steve Paul Ambrose now.
Yeah.